Hey guys, Maggie here. It's Sunday today, and I actually posted on my Facebook that at church today, my Fit Club was in the bulletin, which is really exciting. Today was actually my first time going to church in like 2 months, I want to say, a long time. And the reason I made myself go was because I started a Fit Club there, and I want to be active so that people can start to come to it. And I went by myself because Jonathan was doing something, and so was Austin. And coincidentally, the sermon was about health, which is interesting, right? So I was really paying attention. Not that I don't usually, but specifically on today's sermon, just to see the Bible's take on what I do for a living, which is try to get people healthy. He started out with a few quotes, and one of them was, "Health is not valued until sickness comes," which is so true. I can definitely attest to that. From the summer when I had my surgery on my appendix, I was like, wow, I'm so sick. I don't even know how this happened. And it made me really value being healthy when I was under the knife. The sermon was about a story in the Bible, which I had actually heard before, but I didn't even know that it was in the Bible, which is crazy. I wonder how many other stories out there that we live by that are actually from the Bible. Anyways, the story was about a 38-year-old invalid, which is a disabled person, and he had this mat, and he would set this mat out in front of this pool. And back in the day, the pool would start to bubble, and if you could jump in the pool, if you could be the first person to jump into that bubbling pool, then you would be the one that was healed. So this invalid had a mat, and he was front and center of this pool, but every time it started to bubble, he didn't have the strength to get up and be the first one, and someone would always beat him. So he just stayed on that mat for years, being sick. So Jesus came to this man, and the first thing he did was ask him a question. And the question was, do you want to be well? Now, the pastor was saying that you might think that it was insensitive of Jesus because, of course, this man wants to be well. Why would he be there if he didn't want to be well? But upon further review, Jesus was asking this man if he wanted to be well because he knows how people are. He knows how we are. And there are so many of us, maybe it's you watching this video right now, who think that they want to be well, but would actually prefer to stay sick and wallow in your pain because it's easier that way. He gave points for the 3 reasons why people change. This was from a psychologist. And the first reason people change is because it's simply too painful to stay the same. So the reason people change is because staying the same hurts too much. I know that was my case. That was me at my rock bottom, being overweight and unhealthy. It was too much. I was done. And the pain of change was less than the pain of staying the same, if that makes sense. The second reason people will make a change is because they're bored. They're bored of the same old, same in, day in, day out, the routine. They're tired of it. They're bored of it, of being the way that they are. And the third reason people make a change is that they realize that they're capable. They discover that they can, that they have the power to make a change in themselves. So when Jesus asked the man do you want to be well? And he started to give some excuses that he's been that way for years. He can't make the change. Every time he tries to get into the water, someone beats him to it. He just can't seem to make a change. So, but he does. He did want to get well. And Jesus told him 3 things. He told him, get up, pick up your mat, and walk. And that's what I want to say to you today is if you really do want to get well, then there's nobody stopping you but you. You have it inside of you to do this, but you have to want it, and you have to actually get up and do it. I don't know. I felt really good after listening to that. You can apply it to anything in your life. Like your mat could be like, maybe it's the job you don't like. So what he was saying was that Jesus was taking the mat away, which is your ability to relapse on whatever it is, whether it's like eating ice cream, throw the ice cream away. Quit the job. Like for me, oh my goodness, like I've been wanting to go full time in my business for years, but I always kept my restaurant there as my safety net. But me quitting the restaurant was me taking that mat away, and it's been great ever since. So, yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. I don't know how many of you believe in God or go to church or whatever, but if you follow me, you know that I do, and I don't ever try to push it on anyone, but just share, the stuff in the Bible is stuff that pertains to our life, whether we want to believe it or not. So, I hope you guys have a wonderful Sunday, and I hope you want to make a change for the better, and that you get up and take that mat and walk.